Hey YouTube, my name is Mactics and welcome to Play by Play, a series where we take a frame-by-frame deep dive on challenging encounters and endgame activities, break them up into their parts and pieces, and show you exactly how to conquer them with a real-time example. Not only will I give you the steps for success, but I will also show you my thought pattern and decision-making process so that you can take all of this knowledge and more to be your next endgame activity. So, what qualifies me to give advice on this? Well, I am a seasoned Destiny veteran with high placements in world's first raid races and over 500 Grandmaster Nightfall clears, most of which are double carries. And if you don't believe me, you can come check it out live at twitch.tv/Mactics and come get some Grandmaster and raid help yourself. With all that being said, let's get into the play-by-play. This episode features the boss room and the hollowed Lair Grandmaster Nightfall. Hailed as one of the most challenging encounters in Grandmaster Nightfall history, it boasts a combination of high-density ad clearance sections as well as an incredibly scary boss. So, how do we beat him? Starting with our loadouts, a rocket is key here for easy breaks of the boss shield. For exotics, I like to have a 1000 Voices for burst, and a Telesto and Vex Mythoclast for good damage and reliable unstoppable stuns throughout the rest of the strike. For our primary weapons, it's bows across the board to deal with overloads pre-boss room, a linear fusion rifle can do wonders for good damage to the boss and champions in this room as well, and a sniper rifle is also great to have for decent long-range damage against the boss and other sniper enemies throughout the strike. Now, stuff like Arbalest, Witherhoard, and Agger's Scepter can all work great for a myriad of different things, but the previously mentioned loadouts are what worked for us. For class composition, I recommend a bottom tree Tether Hunter with Omnioculus to function as a great ad management tool, and the team medic if things go wrong, as well as 2 bottom tree Dawnblade Warlocks with either Aeons or Dawn Chorus. This is the best ranged ad clearance super in the game for this section, and will make the intermissions insanely easy. In this footage, we actually have 2 Hunters and 1 Dawnblade, but I highly recommend the 1 Hunter and 2 Warlocks if you can. If you bring a Titan to the party, bottom tree Hammers with Hollowfire Heart will do just fine. Understanding the health triggered events in this fight is the key to success, so here is an infographic that I recommend you take a screenshot of to follow along and have up next to you while you fight him yourself. All ad waves are sets of Stalkers and Raiders, with waves 2, 4, and 7 having Sniper Raiders, wave 5 having a Wraith, and wave 6 having a Solar Chieftain. We know the first wave of ads will be on right side, so I set up on right side to get in a position to throw a grenade on the ads since I can go invisible to retreat to the other side immediately after doing so. In the meantime, my teammates want to be posted up on the left side. The key to any stage of this fight while the boss is alive is to make sure he never has line of sight on you, as his auto attacks can one-shot. There are many locations where you can achieve this, but my favorites are the head glitch on right and the spinning wheel on the left. After neutralizing the ads, we can damage the boss some more while preparing for the left wave to spawn. We know there is a sniper on this wave, but as I can't see him, I focus on the other enemies. My teammate informs me that he killed the sniper, so I rotate across the map with my invisibility to get the res of my teammate who died. After all ads are dead, we can damage the boss until he retreats, starting Intermission Phase 1, which contains 2 waves of ads consisting of Stalkers and Ravagers, and an Overload Chieftain on Wave 2. I begin by layering tether traps along all possible spawn locations of enemies, and we kill all of them, keeping an eye out for purple void grenades in the air and baby screams coming our way. It is also important to note that occasionally enemies can push from the sides if you are too far back. To avoid this, I recommend pushing up a little bit past the broken servitors, but being willing to retreat if things go south. You should also always have your head on a swivel, just in case. With Wave 2 inbound, I have my teammate use the Dawnblade and the second Hunter use the Tether. While they are clearing the ads, I make it a priority to find the Overload Captain and stun him with my bow since they are in supers and can't get a stun off. Once everything is clear, the boss returns and we damage him until we hit the first Tether. While walking backwards during the duration of the tether to slow our travel time to him, our rocket user readies the rocket while the other players fire with primary. Damaging the boss a little more brings out the ads on left side. Generally, it would be better to be positioned in the back or on the right for these ads, but with the second Hunter, my teammates were allowed to play a bit more aggressive. After killing the ads, we can damage the boss to the next tether, break his shield again, and then damage until we get the right side ads, which contains a sniper. I push up to drop a grenade on their spawn location to try to kill them without having to shoot. After neutralizing the right ads, we can damage the boss to Intermission Phase 2. However, it is important to note that if players are far off their supers at this point and you have a good amount of time left before you lose your res tokens at 45 minutes, it can be really helpful to just wait this part out until everyone has super. Intermission Phase 2 contains 3 waves of enemies, with the third wave having an unstoppable ogre. Wave 1 goes great thanks to the tether and being aware of the void grenades, however things get a a little hairy going into wave 2 as a teammate dies from a void grenade. This is where having a void hunter can be incredible. While retreating, I utilize my dodge near the Ravager to get a new smoke bomb while I retreat from the enemies. Since the Warlock is still killing enemies with the Dawnblade, he brings out wave 3, spawning enemies in front of me. In this situation, it would have been smarter to cease killing enemies so we could attempt the res with few enemies up, but it's not the end of the world. Since I run into more, I use my smoke bomb to be able to pass them safely. I then make sure to use my dodge immediately as it's up to get a new one and work my way towards my teammate so I can smoke him, thus allowing us to catch our footing. I then proceed to get my teammate's res, smoking immediately as I pick him up so he does not get spawn killed. I then continue rotating, making sure to keep my distance from stalkers due to baby screams. I then rotate to my teammate's res, but make the mistake of killing a stalker next to it. Since I can't see the baby scream that spawned from the stalker death, I can't continue moving that direction to get my teammate, forcing me to turn around and move the other direction. I smoke and then dodge to immediately get my smoke back, but see my grenade is coming up soon. Since I know my grenade damage will give me smoke energy, I turn around to get the attention of the Ravagers so they run at me. I then smoke and immediately throw a grenade at them to kill them and refund some of my melee energy, and make sure to jump over them to not only be able to get the res, but to avoid any potential stalkers that might be in the pile since I know they will spawn baby screams. I don't turn around and worry about the baby screams though, since I know my vortex grenade will kill them. I then pick up my teammate and smoke immediately so he doesn't get spawn killed, dodge past the ogre for a new smoke, and then go to get the other res, but I see a stalker still alive. So, to make sure him or his baby scream can't kill us, I throw a smoke as I am getting my teammate's res, not only to smoke my teammate and protect him from the ogre, but to also smoke myself as I go in for the finisher, making sure the ogre can't kill me, and finishing the stalker to prevent it from spawning a baby scream on death. Next we rotate back to the front of the arena to prepare for the boss to return as we kill the ogre, and before we move on, I want to pause for a second and say I know that previous section was completely hunter specific and not very useful to people who don't play hunters. I wanted to show that section for two reasons. The first is to show your hunter player what to do in a situation where things go wrong, because the ad clearing won't always be perfect. The second is to show how important it is to have strong ad clearing supers like the bottom tree Dawnblade to ensure you don't get into a sticky situation like we did. The previous section also showcased some really important fundamentals with the strike, like making sure to keep your distance from stalkers and knowing that you can finish a stalker to prevent a baby scream from spawning. That being said, continuing on, we kill the ogre and bring out the boss, essentially replaying phase 1. I'm on the right to be able to throw a grenade on right ads, while my teammates are safe on left. After all ads are dead, we damage the boss to force his tether. Once we break his tether, we move to right side to prepare for left ads and then damage the boss to make them spawn. I use my 1000 voices here to kill the Solar Chieftain instantly, and then use more to kill the ads easily since I know I don't need all 8 shots for the boss burn. After killing every ad, we push the boss to his next tether. Now, here we would have a final wave of ads spawn at the entrance, but with his health this low, we can easily burn him down before having to deal with them. And that is the play-by-play for the Grandmaster Hollowed Lair boss fight. If you liked this video, make sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you would like to see on the next episode of Play-by-Play. Also be sure to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content just like this. And for more questions, tips, tricks, and even live Grandmaster help, check out my live stream at twitch.tv/Mactics or join my Discord server linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.